Well, we continue with our theme here of International Women's Day, and we'll be talking to His Worship Joel Martinez, the Mayor of Port of Spain. Joining him is Alderman City of Port of Spain, Asha Permanand. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
It's a pleasure to have you on. We're talking about International Women's Day, and the City of Port of Spain, we understand that there are some plans in place, or you are thinking of putting some plans in place to celebrate International Women's Day. Could you inform us about these plans?
Well, first, let me say good morning to all of Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning to the world. The world is celebrating International Women's Day today, and it's a wonderful celebration. It's one where women over the years have seek empowerment, and they have worked very hard at it. They've lobbied over the years to get to this state. And so I commend and congratulate all women of society and all women of the country and all around the world on this very auspicious day.
Yes, indeed.
Including yourself and Asha at the same time.
Yes, thank you so much. So, Ms. Permanand, how do you feel this morning as we reflect on International Women's Day, and even as a country, how far have we come?
Okay. Well, good morning and happy International Women's Day, everyone.
Thank you.
I actually feel very happy this morning because yesterday, thanks to His Worship the Mayor and the Council and the UNFPA and ECLAC and Interclub of Trinidad and Tobago, we put on a Women's Empowerment Village in Port of Spain at our City Hall. It was called a City Marketplace, and we invited urban and rural women to attend. We had the Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago, we had Eco Truffles, the local cocoa producers, the chocolate producers, Brasa Seco Beach, Granvier. They brought their splendid chocolates, and Mama Toto, and the there's this coalition that actually women that do the jewelry.
Yes.
And they come from formerly battered women. And so we had all of these ladies at City Hall. And it really was a tremendous day. So I did, at the beginning, the night before, I didn't sleep because I thought, oh gosh, what's going to happen tomorrow, And yesterday, at the end of it all, I sat back, rocked back, and I smiled. I thought, okay, it worked. We are ready. Yes. Which is a great way to feel about women in Trinidad. I mean, there's still a lot to be done, but we are ready. We're taking the challenge now, and we're doing things for ourselves and succeeding.
Yes.
Step by
The
step.
event was really a lovely event. I visited the booths, and I chatted with a number of the participants around, and it was very well put together, and the jewelry is actually quite beautifully done. And we saw a lot of enthusiasm, and you actually saw where the pride that came out in these ladies in putting everything together. It was a sort of a mark of achievement, and I thought it was really well done, and I gave them my full support.
Yes. Now, I'd like to touch on something that you mentioned earlier, that you didn't get much sleep, you were probably a little bit exhausted. Now, this is usually the case for so many women when you talk to them on a regular basis because of the responsibilities. And then we go to gender roles as well. Women are now assuming so many positions in society, CEOs of companies and the likes, but yet their gender roles, in terms of their responsibilities, domestic and other, it's not really changing. Would you agree?
I would agree, but I have to tell you, I'm very lucky. Seriously, I have 3 daughters and 1 son. I got home yesterday, dinner was prepared by my second daughter, Isabel, who's going to be 18 tomorrow. And I mean, she is just a fabulous, fabulous cook. Dinner was ready. They chilled Prosecco for me. I mean, I'm not kidding. Everything, the house was spick and span. So I literally wafted into the house, ran upstairs, got ready, came down, and there it was.
Wow.
But we've got this effort going at home. We help each other. Nobody can do everything. So one does this, one does the other. And, it didn't start like that, huh? It's happened.
Yes.
And everybody, it really was. So I'm actually very lucky.
Great. Now, it's not just about luck, but I mean, it's values that you instill. And this brings me to the point that we raised just before we started the show. You mentioned that you were at an event at Napa.
Yes.
And you spoke with young people.
That's right.
You were able to encourage, as a father, you were able to speak to young ladies about choices that they make and how it's going to impact their future. Could you share a little bit on that? And also tell me the role of parents just as the Alderman mentioned.
Yeah.
She said she's lucky, but maybe she doesn't realize the impact she has had on the choices that her kids make and even their behavior. What are your thoughts?
Well, just to also say that I also have 3 girls and 1 son, but the dynamics is a little bit different for me than it was for her. However, yesterday was an open day at it was at Napa. It was Roytech, UE Roytech open day, and it was to encourage the city of Port of Spain to continue to breed the young children into tertiary education. And what we did was invite all the schools, which is what UE Roytech did, invite all the schools of Port of Spain and environs to come and participate in an open day session. They had a number of booths there, but we had a presentation. The feature presenter was Wendell Manwarren. We had Minister Lovell there, and Sunny Bling did the MC together with Wendy Augustus, who is our the Chief Executive Officer. But the thing about it is that it's not just to enroll children or encourage them to come to UE Roytech. It's about taking another step into your academic life, but at the same time developing your mind and your heart and your pride, and as to what choices you have in life, and as Minister Lovell put it, is to develop patriots and to develop people who can. Education is not just about, okay, we educate you and it's free. It was never free. It is about the development of the heart and mind of the person so that they can give back to our society in a meaningful way. So at the end of the day, when you go to, you do tertiary education and you develop yourself, it's another way of giving back to society. And when you have these, when you're afforded these choices in life, you have to be able to take the responsibility of developing someone else, which would be your children at the end of the day. So when we do that, we mature the society in a better way, and we are able to build on it as UE Roytech would like to have done.
Okay. Alderman, your closing comments. What would you like to tell the nation?
Well, I'd actually like to say that, well, today is actually the day, and there's lots happening, so try to be part of it. Mothers, fathers, boys, girls, try to be part of International Women's Day. We're marking 60 years of observing it in Trinidad and Tobago today, so we're not new at it anymore, so let's all join in. And just one more thing, I would like to actually thank Jan Ryan of Interclub. She's the president of the Interclub, and she has been the driving force in this year's celebrations. And her work ethic and her ability to get you going has been just marvelous, and she brought all of us together to create this event this year.
All right, and your closing comments, Mr. Mayor?
Well, what we are having today at the City Corporation when we leave here is I read a proclamation on International Women's Day. And this was something that was developed by Gia Gasper-Taylor and her group and Hazel Brown, who over the years worked towards the empowerment of women. And to some extent now you have Gillian Wall, who is the president of PLOT, and then you have Womantra. So you have all these different groups that together with the Interclub that is coming together for the development of women and the enhancement of women. And as you would know, with the sexual harassment that is going on in the workplace today, with the empowerment of women, they're taking a stand and ensuring that they are in a position of strength, where they can look after themselves. And we have to encourage the society to start thinking that our women are not a piece of meat, and that we are valuable, and they add value to us, and they bring up our children,
Yes,
and they are the ones who mold the society in a very big way. So I commend and congratulate all our women today, and I want to wish you a very good and successful International Women's Day today on the 60th anniversary in Trinidad and around the world.
Thank you so much. Definitely a pleasure chatting with you both. Of course, we've been chatting with His Worship Joel Martinez, Mayor of Port of Spain, and Alderman Asha Permanand. And in his closing comments, he said, remember, women are valuable. They bring up our children and they mold society.